I'm just going to get some cadmium yellow, a little bit of blue, so that's just a nice green colour, and some black. So basically this is how you mix sap green if you don't have it. Use black, phthalo blue and cadmium yellow, and there you go. Hey presto, you've got a sap green. So if you can't afford to buy the separate tubes, you can just mix it. You see, most colours that all colours that you've got on there that you can buy, you can mix yourself. I've had a few people saying you've got different colours to me. Just try practicing mixing with the colours and seeing what you come up with. Get creative. Now, just down here, and also just behind these trees, I want shadows. So I want to put some darker grass just behind where those trees are. The light's coming from right to left, therefore the shadows are on the left hand side. There, that's cool. And then that same shadow colour, just want to use that all in there, and I just want to make this a lot darker. When it comes down there, get some shadow colour in. See, this is actually dry here now, but it doesn't matter because all I'm doing at the moment is putting the shadow colour in for the grass. So we can go over this with a wet paint, and it'll go over a lot easier actually. If you do this wet on wet, sometimes it's not that easy to go over the top with a highlight colour, but if you do it this way dry, on a dry canvas, you can actually go over it a lot easier. So remember that. It allows you put your sap green down dry, and then you come over the top of it with a wet paint, it'll stick so much easier. So, a little trick that I use now and again. But you get good at it anyway, you see, after time. Practice pays off. Right, so I just want to use a small fan brush now. There. Now I just want to get some cadmium yellow into that same sap green. Maybe a smidgen of blue to that as well. A smidgen of phthalo, just to give it more of a green hue. Tap. I want to push and get a ridge. So just push that paint onto the end of the bristles, and with that ridge I can come in here, I can just highlight underneath where that shadow is first of all. See that, just with that highlight colour, push in again, get a fresh ridge. Now just in here I want this grass to actually get that shadow coming down a bit. You can actually just push up sometimes as well with the corner of the brush. That's a nice effect for close up. When you close up, it's really nice to do. You're just pushing with an upward motion basically. Just in there. Use the whole of the brush or just the corner. You see how it leaves all those lovely bits of dark in there. That's why I like this so much. Now get some more blue, a bit black. There we go. Push, get a ridge, and then again just touch up. Just push up. Turn the brush over when you run out of paint. Twist it round and you'll have a fresh amount on the other side then. Just in there. Leave some parts a bit more yellow as well if you like. That'll just look like there's a little plant sat out there or something. Some parts you actually mix it with the green that's underneath. See that? So you can leave some of the bits of dark showing here and there as well through the highlights. So I'm going to come back to this. I'm just wanting to get quite a bit of general good colour on there. I'm going to brighten that off first, just for now. I'll have some more rocks and all that kind of stuff on there as well. The more you do this, the brighter it will become. See, like there, use just a bit straight yellow. It's just going to continually keep getting brighter. I left the shadow then purposely behind that. I want layers, you see, I want to create layers. By doing that, it just gives you a nice layer. We're going to have another few boulders up here as well. So, I have to keep mixing this colour, you see. I haven't done that 3 times with the brush. I've had to keep mixing it. It's the way it goes. Don't put too much dark in with it. It's easy to do. Just want to have it glowing. That's it. Push like a rage. Into these shadow areas and some stuff in there going on. And then reload when you're out. I left a shadow there intentionally so that I could put some yellow in front of it. Light against dark, dark against light, as Bill Alexander used to say. It's important to keep your darks and your lights, you know, it's so easy to kill one or the other. And you need that contrast, you really do. Contrast is really mega important. And we're going to have a few boulders down in there and stuff, but I still need to put a bit of that in. Right, a bit more of a brighter colour, just in here. So it matches some of them brighter areas in the background. I'm doing this. Just brightening it up a little bit. Fresh rigid paint. In fact, I'm going to leave that shadow just there. I'm just going to follow this up into there a bit. There was some little daffodils and stuff, so I might just leave them yellow. Also, just the daffodils, they weren't just planted there. I think there was some planted over here as well. If I just tap in there, some distant daffodils going on, just in that background. A little row of daffodils all in there. It's in commemoration of somebody, I think. Somebody passed away and they used to love this place, I think. So they planted a few just in there. See that layer? I mean, layers are really important. Right. Starting to come on now. These rocks are actually full of moss. These rocks, the tree, it looks like grass, but it's not, it's moss. It's the same colour as the grass. So just on top of them rocks I want to just indicate some little bits of moss just sitting on them rocks. Push and get a little ridge of paint, and then you can just highlight them on the top with some of that moss. Don't kill your shadows completely though, leave that dark at the bottom of the rock. Same again there. Obviously when this water's in flood, these rocks are covered in water. Down that one. Yes. I'm really happy with how this painting's gone. It's been a a great one to do, reminiscing about my holiday. Someone suggested that I should do a collage of the paintings from Scotland. Let me know what you guys think. A collage like I did a Dick Pronecki, but I'll blend them all in together this time. Now, just looking at them rocks in the water. Tiny bit of stuff growing on top of that. Don't know if you guys will even be able to see that because you're zoomed in a little bit, aren't you? Let's check that out. Excellent. Now, just in here we've got some more rocks. I'm just going to get the knife and I'm going to use black, the dark lavender I made, and a bit of this brown that I mixed up before. So just a good dark brown. I'll just put my finger through some paint. I always tend to do it, if I'm going to do it, I do it with the knife. It happens to the best of us. But just wipe it off so it doesn't spread everywhere, and that's cool. No need to stress. Right, so I'm just mixing that dark colour up. The colour I just mixed is basically a Van Dyke brown, but I want to change that and put a bit more black into it. Make a nice brown with alizarin crimson and sap green. That's a lovely ready type brown. Is that one. Right, just want to use the small edge of the knife, and then I want to bring these rocks into this foreground. I'm just going to put a few little boulders going on in there. Quite a few on there. This place is full of boulders in Scotland where we went. You should have seen some of the boulders we had to actually walk over on this path to get to this place. I showed you how precarious it was, how dangerous. I had to be mega careful. I think I scared my brother and James to death when we were on that trip because my balance isn't perfect, you see. So I was a little bit shaky when I got tired. And they were panicking a little bit at times. They had no need though. I was confident. I was just steady away, I didn't rush. One step at a time. Now, again, I'm just going to put one in there. A smaller one. Highlight these afterwards, no problem. Also, we've got one just in there. Sometimes use the very end of the knife just to mush it in there a bit. You know, it's like if you got one there at the end, touch it a bit like that. Just the very tip of the knife I use for that. This particular spot here where you tend to see these rocks. And then there's a big one just there. Put that in there. Big one. I mean, it's quite a bit of pain for that rock. It's no tiller. That's that come right on down actually. something like that. That's where the tape ends. Cool. Now I'm just going to get some, put a bit of that colour there. Get some of this titanium white, which is slightly thinned down as well. Mix that. Marbled mix with the knife. And then just with the edge of the knife, I'm going to put some of that colour over these rocks. Just let it break, be very, very gentle. Don't kill all your dark, because it's still pretty dark with these rocks. I'm going to put some moss over the top of this as well. That's why I've left the top part, but leave them dark shadows underneath. Just let it pick up on the high points. Just a bit of some colour going on. Highlight. I'm allowing these highlights to be pretty dark. That's just the way it is. As you can see with this rock here, it's a very dark rock. I'm not too sure. I think some of it's volcanic, from either basalt or some other type of granite. All I can say is it's a mega place, and I'm going to hopefully go back again soon. Yeah, that's coming on great. And then we've got this surprise for you all, the reveal afterwards, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I'll put a bit of that darker colour just in this bank. Pull in a few darker shadows just into there. Whoops, it's dry as that, so I can just go over the top. Use a clean brush. See that? Beauty of wet on wet. A razor made brush. Easy. Very good technique for people who stress about their art, because there's not a mistake on here that you cannot resurrect. Not one. Might be time consuming and take a bit of time to resurrect it, but that's fine. Just plod away at it and eventually it will happen. Now I just want to pull a bit of that colour, just as though it's a water line just going on there. I'll put some water, froth and stuff under that as well, I think. Let's do that. Fan brush, titanium white with the lavender, both sides, tap in, and then just underneath there I want to make it look like the water's crashing up against that bank. See that? Just crashing up against that bank. Cool. Underneath these rocks, the same thing. I want that water to be crashing in there. Bit of rapids going on. Sometimes I'll just use a corner, and there you see you've got a little bubble of water that's just going up onto the rock itself and just dying to bubble right over it. That's it. Same on this one. You can actually use this white in there then and just put a few little bits of rapids crashing away in there. By doing that same pushing upward motion I was showing you for the grass, just in there. In fact, there's a ripple just going on in front of there. It's quite bright. See that? A little eddy. There's a rock underneath the water. The water's hit that rock and it just bobbles up. And because it's against this darker colour, it'll contrast nicely as well. I think we're about ready to call this painting finished. It's been a lot of fun to do it for you guys. Mega important that you guys can help support me, and I'll be able to do this for a long time to come, hopefully. I do love doing videos for you guys on YouTube. It's a way of being able to express myself in a different way, and I know that you guys are really into nature and love the natural world, so it's great to be able to share some of the great beautiful natural places in England with you all. Right, we've got just enough time to show you the reveal, the surprise that you've all been waiting for. Just take this out of the way. Now I want to get the camera in a good position to show you the completed painting. Right, just bear with me, guys. Right, here it goes. Here comes the surprise. Put this newspaper on, obviously, just to cover it up so that you guys didn't know why I had it there. So I'm just going to get the second layer first. The main thing, I just want to show you what I've done. That's working. I'm very grateful that that's worked. Put that all out of the way. Now this side as well. You've seen in the past all the different frames that I've made. Well, this is something completely different to what you've seen in the past. I have basically painted a frame on the canvas. The canvas has turned into a frame. Once I pull this off, I'll give you a good look at it. I don't want to get no paint, obviously, on the lovely border that I've made, the lovely frame. There, I'll just let that sit down like that for now. Some tape there. Cool. Now I can't touch it again because I've got some oil paints, so I can't touch the painting on the border now. I have to be very, very careful. Be nice. Come on, baby, be nice. Yeah! Excellent. So there you go, guys. The painting in its own frame, a wooden effect frame. Now, I've got about 5 or 6 different versions of frames that I make, and this is an amazing one, I think, and I really hope that you guys like it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you a closer in view of it so that you can see it. So there, you've got all the wood grain, and I've made it look like there's nails that have been hammered in there. And then you've got this gold trim, which I've done with acrylics, and then you mask inside of it, but you can even see the joints. There's a certain way that you do it to make it so that it looks like it's got a proper mortar, a proper joint that a joiner would do. And to buy a frame like this, if you were going to go to a shop and buy a frame like this, you're easily paying £150 easily, and even that probably ain't gonna pay for it for you. Right, so I'm just showing you the corners now. Painted it all the way around the edge. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to actually be doing a DVD the light off the computer is showing there, so I'm just covering it for you. So that's the side. Excellent. So I'm just going to leave you guys for 2 or 3 minutes so that you can see this. I'll balance my tripod up if I can. It's been a real pleasure to do this painting for you all. So I'm just going to give my website a quick mention. Remember, give us a check out on www.mmnaturalwonders.com. Check us out. You go onto my website and you can actually click on the banner at the top of my YouTube to get to my website. And I hope to see all of you again very soon. Take care. Take good care.